The whole? No, let's just go to. Because this is everyone.
Alderman Hayes.
Present.
Alderman Bolton. Present. Alderman Seeger.
Present.
Alderman Mosio.
Present.
Alderman Kirkwood. Present. Alderman Newsome.
Present.
Alderman Turner.
Present.
Alderman Rivera.
Present.
Alderman Florian.
Present.
Mayor Taylor.
Present.
You have a quorum, ma'am.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Can I have a motion for the resolution approving the change order number 2 for the professional services agreement with Convergence Strategy Group in the not-to-exceed amount of $5,000 for the additional casino market and feasibility studies? I need a motion for that.
I'll motion.
Alderman Rivera, a second.
Second.
Alderman Florian.
That, I'm sorry, I didn't read through this. Is that 5,000 coming out of our, is it coming from the casino or out of our little casino fund that we had when we?
It comes out of the developer's escrow provided by the casino.
Thank you.
And just as some background, we will be presenting the convergence report at the next meeting, and we will be discussing it with the aldermen in advance, but it will be presented to the public with the agenda packet for the 19th meeting.
Thank you, Stu.
Roll call, please.
Why
Alderman-
do we
Can I
need
get a
this?
motion? I had a first and a second on that. Am I correct, Madam Clerk?
Yes, Rivera and Florian.
Okay. Any other questions to the motion?
Yeah, I'm still not clear why we need an additional study on the feasibility. What are we going to do if they say the study comes back and says, not a good idea? Are we going to cancel the casino?
No.
What difference does it make?
Yeah, no, this is, so, you know, the casino, when they first submitted their petitions in October of 2019, they provided a pro forma. They provided financial projections as to what they thought a casino of the scope and scale that they were proposing would be able to generate, and also what the tax revenues were. Then, between October 2019 and last spring, when they were when Full House was selected to be preliminary suitable to be the actual developer of the casino, they had expanded their plan a great deal. They went from I think a $275 million casino to, with inflation, what's expected to be about a $500 million permanent casino. Along with that, they created a new pro forma. They created new projections as to how much revenue would be coming in. And those numbers are very attractive. They could be very good for the city. What we needed to have was a third-party study to actually determine what we could expect. Because every business, when they start, I think has an optimistic view of how they're going to do. The city will be receiving both gaming, admissions, property, sales, hotel taxes. Eventually, those are going to be funds that the city will make use of and possibly rely on in the future. So it was important, the mayor and the council, when we originally approved this, that they directed us to get an unbiased third-party assessment of how much this casino could actually make. So it's not feasible. It's not a feasibility study in the sense of, we just can't have a casino here. There's going to be a casino here. The question is,
We're going to pay a third party to guess how much the casino is going to make and how much they're going to give us. That's the bottom line.
well, these are actually people who do analysis.
Make good guesses.
Yes, they make educated guesses.
Alderman Turner, you know darn well those gambling boys, they know everything down to the...
I got to tell you, I've done a lot of work. I have a lot of clients that are banks, and the two folks that count the money are casinos and banks, right? So believe it, the casinos count every little penny.
Got the newest one on the block.
I was going to say that the cannabis places are
I have a
buying the
question.
banks.
I have a question, I'm
What I
sorry.
will say is there have been other issues that have come up here in between then, meaning the chances of other casinos coming to the area.
Yeah.
And so we just wanted to kind of see what impact that would have on this casino, because when we talked about this in 2019, that those other casinos were not the same possibility as they are now. So it was just looking.
Well spent, in my opinion.
The other thing I just want to make note of is I'm hearing in the community that people are hearing from us that we're getting $10 a head, where they're paying for every machine in the casino, that they're paying $5,000 a machine. That is not the case. We are getting $1 per head, and they do not pay for every machine. That is part of their licensing. So I'm not sure how this misinformation is being put out there, but I want to make sure that residents understand that what really is the city's income off of this.
That's what this report will tell us. It will give us a ballpark of what we think what our revenue from the casino is going to be.
It'll help for budgeting purposes as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this report will give both a projection as to the revenue, and then everything kind of trickles down from revenue. Everything else is a percentage of how much revenue the casino actually generates, how many visitors it attracts, and so there will be a top-line number as to what they expect the temporary facility to be able to generate, the permanent facility to generate, the permanent facility with what will be known as kind of the Phase 2 hotel. And then from there, there will be projections as to how much admission tax, how much gaming tax, and then also some projections probably on food and beverage. I believe food and beverage and property taxes are in there. And Mayor, I believe Alderman Bolton had a question.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was just wondering, in those indicators that you just mentioned, and why wasn't that determined in the first assessment? Why are we
What?
having a third one?
Oh, because like I said, there were other outside factors that came in, like another casino that was not the same possibility in 2019 when these were initially discussed. So we wanted to see, plus now that, you know, with higher inflation and the economy being a little bit more stringent, how can, you know, would there be the same discretionary income for casino gambling and that kind of stuff? So that's why this was added onto it, just to have the latest update going into this.
Yeah, we had
A
we had
side
concerns-
question. I have one side question. Now, the surrounding cities will be also making a profit as well. Is those statistics still the same? Like North Chicago will gain this
The
school
percentages
district?
that
Yes,
will
the
go
percent.
to Park City, North Chicago, and Lake County remain the same. So they get a certain share of the gaming revenues. We get 3.5%. They divvy up the remaining 1.5%.
So we get 3.5%?
Of the gaming taxes that, or the, yes, of the adjusted gross revenue that is generated by the casino.
Any other questions,
you.
Alderman Bolton? Okay. Alderman Mozio?
Alderman Hayes said it best. This is key. Our finance department has an idea how much we're going to get in water revenue every year, has an idea, although it can be difficult with sales tax and things of that. This is just another way for us to figure out how much revenue we're going to get from another revenue stream. To me, it's money well spent.
Yeah, because we need to know for budgeting purposes as we make our budgets, what do we expect that we're going to bring in? Like this year, quite honestly, we expected more revenue thinking the casino was going to be open earlier. So, you know, those are all adjustments that need to come. But when you have impacts such as another casino
And
or
you-
an
you-
economy.
the Casino, Mayor, you're talking about one in Wisconsin possibly.
Right.
Illinois is not going to, I doubt Illinois. is
No,
gonna do this.
no.
Wisconsin may put one right over the border.
Yes, yes,
That's what you're talking about when you say another casino.
right.
This summer,
Other than Potawatomi?
after about, I'm sorry.
And other than Potawatomi?
Yes.
Yeah, so,
Yes.
the Potawatomi is in, their large casino is in Milwaukee. The Menominee tribe has petitioned, as they did earlier, around 2001, to have a casino in Kenosha. That did not go forward at the time. That proposal is being reconsidered now.
That's on the dog track, am I correct?
I'm actually not sure, but
No? I don't
It's
know.
actually out by the highway.
Yeah. Okay, any other questions to this motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Hayes.
Aye.
Alderman Bolton. Alderman Seager. Alderman Mozio.
Aye.
Alderman Kirkwood. Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Alderman Turner.
Only because we're not spending taxpayers' money on this, I'll vote aye.
Alderman Rivera.
Aye.
Alderman Florian.
Aye.
Motion passed, ma'am.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Old business. Can I have a motion for the resolution initiating the submission of the public question to adopt a nonpartisan election system? I
We
need,
already had a motion from me and a motion from Alderman Turner, but we can redo it, doesn't matter.
okay, let's do this, make
I'll
it,
make the motion.
okay,
Second.
okay. Any questions to the motion?
You know, I just heard you guys sit up here and discuss the managerial form, the referendum for managerial form of government, which we've discussed numerous times. And, you know, so if you agree that, and I think most would agree, whether you agree specifically with this, that we should allow the citizens to make a vote, right? Not us deciding, but the citizens deciding. That's what the referendum is. If we're going to allow the citizens to decide whether we have what form of government we have, right? Managerial or mayor, right? Then wouldn't it make sense to let the citizens decide what type of elections we will have to choose the public offices, right? So I am totally in favor of moving to a nonpartisan system of elections. Also, I would point out that Waukegan and North Chicago are the last two communities that are partisan, have partisan elections. And if it were such an important deal to be partisan, you'd think there would be a push amongst every other community to go to partisan elections, but the opposite is true. They all went from partisan to nonpartisan except us. And if we're going to be the city of progress, let's have some progress. That's what I think. Thank you.
Any other questions to the motion?
After that, we voted here. Will this go to the council? It has to go to the council, correct? There's no standing vote here. This is just a...
Yeah, but this is a committee of the whole, too, so, you know, but it'll still go to council.
You know, it goes to council at the next meeting? Yep, okay.
Okay,
All right, call for the question.
okay. Roll call, please.
Alderman Hayes.
No,
Alderman Bolton.
Let's clarify what we're actually voting on again.
You're voting on the Committee of the Whole's recommendation regarding the placement of, regarding this resolution. Now, this is, basically, if you all voted no, it would still go up to, it would still go up to the city council for a vote on the 19th. So this is whether you want to consider this resolution on the 19th, but we're going to put it there anyway.
So making it nonpartisan is you wouldn't be Democrat, you wouldn't be Republican, you would just be nonpartisan. You know?
Yes.
Yeah. So, you know, first off, I want to clarify that because I ran as an independent, I don't want people to think that I'm pushing this through council, because this has come from council itself, which is fine. But, you know, I realize that there are people that, like, want to be an independent, want to be a Democrat, want to be a Republican. Other communities don't do that, and that's what Alderman Turner is talking about. This is where you decide how you want to be.
Not how we're not going to decide. We're going to let the voters decide it.
Yeah, the voters would
You
decide.
sound really muffled. What did you say?
He's saying let the voters decide.
Yes, so we're voting, just like the managerial form of government, we're voting to put this on the ballot, on a referendum, that the voters would decide if we're going to have partisan or nonpartisan elections. We're not going to make that decision.
Okay. Roll call, please, Madam Clerk.
Yes, I have Alderman Hayes as no. Alderman Bolton, you're next.
No.
Alderman Seeger. Alderman Mozio.
Aye.
Alderman Kirkwood. No. Alderman Newsome. Alderman Turner.
Aye.
Alderman Rivera.
no,
Alderman Florian.
No.
So what was the?
It's 6-3.
6-3.
No.
Any public comment at this point on the Committee of the Whole?
None signed up, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
So
I'll
moved.
make that motion. Everybody makes.
Who's the first and second?
Alderman Florian, who was the second? Alderman Turner.
Yes.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Council will start at 7 o'clock.